Donc versus alors in French with FrenchSpanishOnline.com. We're going to see how to use these two words and the difference between them, donc and alors. Donc actually leads to a conclusion depending on what we said previously. So it's the translation of then or so. But when then and so mean therefore. Okay? Then and so, but the meaning is therefore. In French, we will use the word donc. Alors introduces a new event following a first one in the time. Okay? That's the point here, in the time. So it's the translation of then and so. That's why it's a bit difficult to understand what word to use in French, because actually we have the same in English. But this time, then and so means after that. So that's why we say in the time, after that, at that time, or at the consequence. So let's see some example now to understand how to use these two words. Let's start with donc. J'ai raté mon avion, donc je suis resté plus longtemps. You remember we said that we use donc for a conclusion, a logical conclusion, depending on what happened previously. So here, what happened previously? I missed my plane. So, logical conclusion, I stayed more time. So we use here donc. J'ai raté mon avion, donc je suis resté plus longtemps. This is the logical conclusion. Je n'ai rien vu, donc je ne peux rien dire. I saw nothing, therefore I can't say anything. So I can't say anything. So here again we translate so with the meaning of therefore with donc. Why? Because actually we have the explanation. Why can't I say anything? Because I saw nothing. Okay? So that's a logical conclusion. Il faudra donc penser à une autre solution. We will have therefore to think to another solution. Here is to show that we can have donc actually in the middle of a sentence or at the beginning. Donc il faudra penser à une autre solution. Well, we don't know what happened first. It's just here maybe a second person speaking and saying donc il faudra penser à une autre solution. But you understand here that is the logical conclusion. Maybe because the first solution did not work, so we will have therefore to think to another solution. Il faudra donc penser à une autre solution. Donc has more meaning than that. That has nothing to do with this lesson, but we are going to see just to understand what is this word in French. We also use donc for surprise, for example. So it was you. So you discover actually it's a surprise. C'était donc toi. So as you can see, we use the word donc. C'était donc toi. I didn't know. Strengthening, actually to reinforce what you want to say, we can use the word donc as well. Here, and especially after imperative form of a verb, viens donc, come on, and you're insisting. Obviously the person that doesn't want to come with you, but you want to insist to say viens donc, and we use the word donc. Again here, écoute-moi donc, listen to me, do listen to me. So here, the person obviously doesn't want to listen to you. So if you want to reinforce, to insist, you're going to say donc, écoute-moi donc. Many expressions that you can't translate word for word in French use the word donc. Here, tiens donc, well, well, well. So, tiens donc. Or, dis donc. Or, by the way, where did you put my keys, for example? Dis donc, où t'as mis mes clés? Okay? Dis donc, by the way. And this very useful expression, non mais dis donc, it's like a reproach actually. When somebody spoke to you badly, for example, you can say non mais dis donc. You don't have the right to speak to me like that. Non mais dis donc. Okay? And it's true that when we speak in this expression especially, we don't hear the last letter, the C here. We don't really say non mais dis donc, but we say non mais dis donc. Let's see now how to use the word alors. J'ai raté mon avion, alors je suis resté longtemps. And we are going to use the same examples to understand the slight difference. I miss my plane, then I stay more time. So here what you want to say actually, you're not going to speak about a logical conclusion, you just want to say what happened after the first event. So that's why we say that it is something related to the time. J'ai raté mon avion, alors je suis resté plus longtemps. So the meaning is then I decided to stay more time. I could take a bus, I could take a boat, I don't know. But okay, you decided and you're just explaining what happened after the first event. So here we use alors. And if you use donc, well, you just want to point the conclusion, the logical conclusion related to the first fact. Je n'ai rien vu, alors je ne peux rien dire. So, I saw nothing, so I can't say anything. Okay? Again, here, you're just explaining that you can't actually say anything. The reason is that you saw nothing. So, as a consequence, or you are explaining what happened after. Alors, il faudra penser à une autre solution. Then we will have to think to another solution. So here, you're just explaining that in the time, because the first solution did not work, in the time, maybe tomorrow or in a week, alors, you will have to think to another solution. You're just explaining what you are going to do. The same thing for alors. Alors has more meanings in French. For example, here, alors tu viens? So you want to, the translation is, are you coming? Yes or no? Maybe someone in your house, in your home told you that he wanted to go out with you, but now that you're ready, it seems that they changed their mind, so you don't know what is going to do, so you want to say, alors tu viens? So are you coming? Yes? No? Et alors? So what? So here in French, to translate, so what, we say et alors with the word alors. Et alors, so what? Zut alors, to translate, here an example, holy cow, zut alors, and again we use the word alors. C'est fini. Thank you for watching these slides with me. If you want to read the script, you can go to FrenchSpanishOnline.com. You know that is free. And so see you next time. If you have some commentary or question, of course, you can drop me a line. Au revoir.